We are on the Gold Coast in Australia, just about on the border of New South Wales and Queensland, and we are filming, just catching my breath. So we are at Kirra on the Gold Coast, and I'm here to film today the swell coming through, and what a difference 24 hours has made. Yesterday was a beautiful day down at, where were we? Evans Head. And today it's turned cloudy, it's been raining all morning, and it's windy. But we're sheltered here on the Gold Coast, which is nice. So we're just looking now from Kirra. Kirra Point's around to my right, I'll show you that in a minute. So we've got Kirra Point around to my right. This is Kirra. We'll swing around a bit. In the background we have Currumbin and Burleigh. I'll just zoom in on that for you. So that's Currumbin, that's Burleigh in the middle, and all the way up there is Snapper. Thank you for liking. People watching now, I've just got a new lab mic. Can somebody please tell me if the audio is coming through good? Thank you, Joseph. How's my audio coming through? Is it good? It's a new lav mic I just bought, a Rode lav mic. How's it sounding? Can you hear me? Joseph, can you hear me, mate? A yes or no, otherwise I'll pull it out and I'll study it a bit more tonight. So we're just swinging around, and that is the world famous Kirra Point. Oh, thank you very much, Joseph. I was beginning to get worried about my $260 purchase. All right, so that's the Kirra groin. We were out there the other day, and that's the Kirra Point. Look at that, breaking down the line, perfection. It's low tide now, so it's getting a bit messy and the wind's into it. But then if we look all the way out here, check one, that's right, Joseph. That is called the superbank. So we have waves breaking all the way out there. Where's my finger? There. So that's the end of Snapper, and those waves break all the way through, and they finish off in Coolangatta beachfront here. I was saying the other day, I was out there with my mate. I was getting towed in at Durambar, which is just around the corner, and I got a wave and ended before there was this much sand. I ended up in here, and my mate couldn't find me. He's running backwards and forwards in the rubber duck trying to find me. Hey Human, how are you? Good to see you again. Good to see my two great moderators, the first couple of people to join in. Thank you for that. So today we're at Kirra on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. So I'll just swing around and I'll just zoom out to give you a better picture. So this is up on Kirra Hill, and that's Kirra down. Hi Jim, how are you? Idaho Falls. Sounds beautiful, mate. So that's looking up the Gold Coast towards the big, that's Burleigh Heads, that's Currumbin. Okay, she has to go, guys. Thank you. I can hear a siren coming, so you'll even get a little bit of drama going around the front. But the surf's been pretty good. There's been surfers walking along here all day. So we've got a few more surfers walking out there. If you look down this way, there's just a constant stream of surfers. And when this is all time, there could be 300 guys in the water. Whoop, something bad here. That's an intensive care paramedic. Where is he? So that's intensive care. So one paramedic or one ambulance just gone through. Now you've got an intensive care. Yes, I'm sure he taught you a few things there, Jim. Queensland, he must have been a good person because that's where I'm from. Now living in New South Wales, which is, I've moved into a different state, but I've moved approximately 5 kilometres from where I used to live. So the other day I was up on D-Bar Hill and I just stepped across that line from Queensland into New South Wales. So what we're doing today, we're going to walk down onto the beach there. We'll go up the big groin of Kirra. We'll shoot into the superbank, look straight up into it, and then we'll walk along the beach. We'll go around Greenmount, around to Rainbow Bay and out to Snapper. So let's go on a little journey. So it's going to be a bit of a walk. I've got to go down the track here, but just stay tuned. So I don't know if any of you have ever seen this, but we had a cyclone a couple of months ago in February, and this hill was just saturated. So the local boys couldn't surf anymore. So they were taking the fins out of their surfboards and surfing down this hill. So I'll just zoom out. So this whole hill had to be re-turfed by the Gold Coast City Council. They were not very happy about how much damage those young guys caused, but it really did look like fun. If my knee worked a little bit better, I would have been up here myself. So we're just walking down Kirra Hill now. That's Coolangatta, straight in front of us. And as we come around the corner, you will see, ow, those rocks are sharp. You will see straight down Coolangatta beachfront. Okay, so that's looking down Coolangatta beachfront, and you can see all the high rise that the Gold Coast has put down Coolangatta. And then if you go 1 kilometre and cross the border, or even closer, yeah, probably a kilometre, cross the border, there won't be one high rise. It'll all be Aboriginal land, and nothing's allowed to be built there. So I ran through all the cars, just make my way up here. Crocodile Dundee, he was a legend, old Paul Hogan. He used to work on the Sydney Harbour Bridge. He was, I'm pretty sure he was a rigger or a painter working on the Sydney Harbour Bridge before he broke. If you ever get the time, click on YouTube and type in Paul Hogan, Hogs, and his friend was Strop, S-T-R-O-P. That was a comedy from the 80s, maybe even the 70s, from Australia. He was a legend. Okay, so we've got a few school kids there. They're having a ball. They're out of the classroom, so why wouldn't you be happy? All right, so this is Big Groin Kirra, and you can see the waves a little bit better now. So Kirra's not as good as it was the other day. I've got some video of that. But yeah, that's Big Groin. When this works, this wave is just pumping, and you get up around the 10-foot face, and it's just a stunning wave. Big sweep though. The water just keeps washing around from right to left, and you spend most of your time paddling out there. So where that guy is up there, that's where we just were, where I was showing you from. That's Kirra Hill. Oh, you have to come, Jim, for sure. Yes, it is human. So let's go walk out Kirra Big Groin. And while we're out here, we will look straight up into the the superbank. So this wind and tide's slightly affected at the moment. So I'll make this a bit smaller so everybody can see. There we go. So yeah, the wind and tide's affecting it. Woke up this morning, I was the only person on the beach. It was pre-dawn, it was raining, it was cold, it was windy. But I still went down, did my training, did my swim in the morning. Only person around. It's beautiful down there our way. Okay, so that's looking out towards the superbank. Yes, that's the Australian way, especially from Queensland, very dry. So when we get out here a bit, this is a helicopter landing site, so if anybody needs to be evacuated from this beach, that's where the helicopter lands to get them to hospital quickly. So we're in Queensland, and you can see the difference between the condition of the rock wall. Yesterday we were at Evans Head and it was beautifully concreted. The ones at Durambar, beautifully concreted because they're Queensland. They're New South Wales and this is Queensland. They just put cracker dust down. All right, here comes a wave through. Let's see what this young guy can do. No, missed it. So you can see how much water's moving there. This guy in the mow, he's copping a bit of a hiding, just copped that wave on the head. He's about to cop the next wave on the head. Let's find him. There he is. There he is. Let's hope his leggy doesn't break. Where are you? There he is. So you can see him starting to head to the north and the west. So he's got caught in the dreaded Kirra sweep. And he doesn't seem to be surfacing real well. You should be grabbing his board and hanging onto it if you can't keep swimming. At least that way you'll float. All right, he's grabbing his board now. He's about to cop this one on the head on the mow. He's going to lose it again. Yep. Great white. No one gets taken here. But I'll just show you that next headland, Greenmount. There was about 150 guys in the water and the last guy in the lineup. So everybody was, I'll zoom out. So everybody was paddling from Greenmount all the way out to Snapper, and the last guy in the queue. Everybody out the point saw a great white swim past them, and the great white come around and picked off the last guy in the queue. He just swam. He swam wide all around here, back around, and then attacked the guy. But what the sharks do, they come in and do a taste test, and they find out that we don't taste like they want us to taste, and they spit us out. The only thing is, their taste test usually cuts your femoral artery because they come in from behind. All sharks attack from behind. So, yeah, he took his femoral artery and he bled out before they got him to the beach. Yeah, yes, because everybody, have a look at this guy. Where is he there? A board and black wetsuit. Look exactly like a seal. Those guys walking out on the beach, black wetsuits. And also, we have a lot of tiger sharks around here, and tiger sharks go after turtles. So all the shark sees from underneath is the carapace, which is the turtle's body, and 4 limbs coming out. So you've got the 2 legs sticking out the back, and you've got the 2 arms manoeuvring to pull you along in the water, and they just come in, attack you from behind. So what they do, they immobilise you by, if you're a seal or a turtle, they cut off your propulsion. when they take your back flippers out, which just happens to be our leg, and it has one of our main arteries, the femoral artery. Whoops, so that's one of the nice waves here at Superbank. Look, this guy's having a bit of fun. Let's see the next guy. So this bit in here, where we're looking right now in close, that's called Spot X. And right out the top there is snapper. So those rocks you can see just there, that's snapper rocks. And the sand wraps around that corner and comes all the way down. Hey Mike, how are you? And hello to everybody on this live stream today. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to bring you where I live. I really enjoy doing this, guys, so thank you very much. Thank you, Human. Yes, we're at Kirra. We are now looking back towards Coolangatta. That hill there is Greenmount. I'll just zoom out a little bit. So that's Greenmount, Rainbow Bay, Snapper Rocks, and I am standing on Kirra Big Groin. So that's Kirra Big Groin that we're standing on. What's the temperature? The temperature is 22 degrees, but the wind chill. It's really windy today, and oh, these rocks move. It's a huge groin, and the rocks still move. Sorry about the Blair Witch. Hey Mark, how are you? So that's looking down towards Kirra, or looking out at Kirra Breaking. The sand has come around nicely. It's just the tide is wrong. You can see how much water's moving there. Just have a look how fast this water is moving. 22 Celsius, mate. I just did a comparison of Fahrenheit to Celsius today. I think our 40 degrees Celsius is 104 Fahrenheit, is what it showed on the graph. So let's look back around, guys. So for everybody new on the channel here today, we just started up there on Kirra Hill. We've come around, we're walking on the big groin of Kirra. That's all the Kirra foreshore along here. Some nice rocks. Beautiful rocks, all the high rise of Gold Coast. And that's coming up to that red building right in the middle. That is the Surf Life Saving Club, and it used to be the Pizza Hut. And that's the road around Kirra Point and leading into Coolangatta. So that's Coolangatta, that's the high rise of Coolangatta. It looks really nice, but I think they could have done a little bit more tastefully around here. Like I said, this is all in Queensland, so this is where they have all the high rise, and if you go across to New South Wales, no high rise. And we're looking out. Oh, guy taking off on the left. So Human, I've got a new lav mic I just bought. Is the sound coming through pretty good? Joseph said it was it sounds really good, which I'm happy with my purchase. And it's blowing really hard here, so is there any wind noise? The two moderators. So you can see what, oh, thank you, Human. So you can see what the difference 24 hours made. Yesterday we were down at Evans Head, and it was beautiful, crystal clear, warm as. I was walking around in just a t-shirt. I would have went swimming if I didn't have to get home to cook dinner for the wife. And today, freezing cold, or freezing cold for us here. 21, 22 degrees Celsius with a wind chill, bringing it down to about 17 degrees. So we are, oh, beautiful. So we are quite soft. So there's a guy on a wave. Where are you? Closed out. So you can really see the difference that the tide is making here. And there's not as many people in the water. So I'll zoom back out, guys. And we'll go and stay tuned because we are going to walk Coolangatta Beach and go all the way up to Greenmount. So that car on the beach there, that's a lifeguard. He's going up to his lifeguard tower. Tower 2. Lifeguard tower 1 is at Snapper Rocks. That's 2. There's also a lifeguard head building there, and there's more lifeguards at Greenmount. So yeah, they're pretty well on, and that'll be Tower 3 right down there in the distance. There, that's Tower 3. Tower 4. Yep, Tower 4. And it goes all the way around and all the way up to the sand pumping jetty at the far end of the Gold Coast, which is going around the beaches about 70 to 80 kilometres. Well, let's have a look at surface from here. So that blotchy bit in the background, that's Surface Paradise. Hey Jeffrey, how are you? Hello Rainy Girl. Glad everybody can join us today. Thank you for all the people, for our returning visitors. Hello and welcome to all our new people that have just joined for the first time today. And especially thank you to my fantastic moderators, which do such a great job. Can't do it without you boys. All right, so we'll just try and get on the beach here. All right, this looks like a good spot. Oh, that last jump hurt the knee. Great. Okay, so there's Kirra Big Groin from the beach. Thank you, human. Thank you very much. As I've said, every time I've ever done a live stream, when you have a solid structure going out into the water, you get a rip straight beside it. So that's where the water can find the easiest way back out into the ocean. All the waves that come in have to go back out somewhere. And let's just zoom in and show you. And you can see all the water running out just there. That's the rip running out beside the groin. But you can see how much sand is actually built up here. The sand on this side is actually out further than the big groin. All right, so now we're going to make our way all the way around to Greenmount Hill. So we're going to go past a lot of surfers coming in and a lot of surfers going out there. The people going out there are going out in the wrong spot. Okay, now here's what I was telling you before. Where is it? See how the back of the fish has been bitten off? So that would have been done by a tuna or a trevally. And what they do, they come in from behind, take the back fin out or take the tail out, and now they have no more propulsion, and then they're easy pickings. So yeah, that's what the sharks do to the humans too. They come in from behind, take out your flippers or your legs, and they realise it doesn't taste very nice, but what they have done is taken out your femoral artery, and we've had a few people who've been taken that way, and by the time someone gets them to shore, they've bled out. They've wrapped leg ropes around their legs, they've tried to stem the flow of blood, but yeah, the femoral artery is the big one that comes straight out of the heart and runs down to the lower extremities. Thank you, Rosabelle, for loving us. Thank you, everybody. So, what's the weather in your part of the world today? Here, for us, because we're not used to such cold weather, we are, and even though it's cold, everybody will be still walking around in a pair of shorts, thongs, and a t-shirt with a jacket on going, oh, it's cold. If we'd been in Sydney or Melbourne, they would be fully rugged up, but being on the Gold Coast here or northern New South Wales, we like to walk around in boardies and no shoes and go surfing. So, see the lifeguard heading off there. Here comes a council worker, so it's like a highway down here today. And directly in front of us, that's how much wind there is. It's all blowing the sand straight across. 106 in Phoenix. Well, that's fairly warm, mate. Wonder and wonder, how are you? So I don't know if any of you guys are surfers, but we have the Quicksilver Pro and the Roxy Pro 2. I think it's maybe even the first Coness of the season. Well, it used to be anyway, and they have that just over there at the world famous Superbank. So that's where we're heading to first. That's Greenmount Hill. They're doing a little bit of work up there at the moment. 80 degrees. That's fairly warm still. We'll be up to the hundreds in a couple of months. So it'll get up around 36 to 38 around here. And the humidity, that's the killer. I've actually been out to out west to big bushfires out there, and the temperature was 42 degrees. So I think that's about well over the 100 mark in Fahrenheit. But it's dry heat and it just engulfs you. Feels like your brain's going to get sucked out of your head with no humidity. So we're halfway along the beach now. We'll just look back. There's the Kirra Big Groin. Oh, thank you very much, Human. That's very informative. I did not know that. That's Surfers Paradise in the background. Burleigh Hill. We're going to do a live stream from Burleigh very shortly. Once the tide is high at lunchtime, then we'll go there. It is just fantastic there. And that's Currumbin, where we did a live stream the other day. So let's come back around and we'll keep heading towards Greenmount. So I don't know if you can see, there's 3 guys walking. There we go, right in the middle of screen now. That's where the guy got taken and had his femoral artery taken by the great white. So, and there's a camera. Oh, where is it? There it is, that thing right there. That's a camera, and the camera recorded it because that's a surf cam. And yeah, it recorded the whole thing. People saying, "Do you want to have a look at it?" I went, no. I don't want to see someone die. Comes another ambulance. Something big must have happened. Okay, now the sun just needs to shine in, it would be perfect. Yes, that's true speed. Just came over overcast last night. It was raining this morning early. And it's supposed to rain all weekend. For everybody listening, I have been making up my whale video for when it's pouring down rain and I can't get outside. I've got an hour of whale footage from my drone, and it is just fantastic. But I'm just wondering, can you give me the thumbs up? Would you be willing to watch an hour of whale footage? Mothers with babies, 2 whales jumping and frolicking around, And I'll do that as a live. I'll play the video as a live and I'll just be talking over it. So would anybody be interested in that? Give me a thumbs up if you would like. Hello Linda, how are you? All right, let's keep making our way. In about 3 to 4 minutes, we'll be around the corner or up on Greenmount Hill there. And you'll see some stunning footage, stunning landscape up there. Human, yes, thank you, Human. So I'm just about all the way through it. Do you think it needs music over the top of it or just me talking? I think a nice soundtrack over it would be good as well. More whales, thank you, Jeffrey. Speed Racer, thank you. All right, I think it's going to be fairly wet this weekend, so I'll finish it off tomorrow. And if it's a even shittier day than today, I'll do the whole whale video tomorrow, which will be same time between 12:30 and 1 east coast of Australia time. So what's the time now? It's 24 past. So whatever it was half an hour ago or an hour ago, that's what time I'll be starting that video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Yes, some mild music, yes. And if you get a chance, guys, I just dropped a video, 3 minutes, 18 seconds long, so not long out of your life to have a look. It's from my trip to Brooms Head. Really good video, guys. Just have a look at that. It's on the same YouTube channel as you're watching now. So just have a look at that. It'd be much appreciated if you could do that. I've got some other ones on Harrington, which is another coastal town just south of here. I'm going there with my brother and sister in a couple of days, on Tuesday actually. So I'll be doing 3 or 4 live streams from there. That's beautiful. They've got the break wall there. It goes for about 2 kilometres. So we'll walk the whole break wall. You've got the Manning River there. So the break wall stops the Manning River from flooding into the township of Harrington. So that's what I'll be doing. Yes, welcome everybody. If you're liking what you're seeing, please consider liking and subscribing. Really helps the channel out. We're just going so good at the moment, how many people are viewing and how many people are liking this channel. I can't thank everybody enough. All my returning subscribers, all you new people who's just popped in today and had a look. And of course my fantastic moderators. So please stay tuned and I'll show you around the east coast of Australia. In September, I'm going to New Zealand, to Queenstown. So I've never been to North America, Canada or Alaska, but I believe Queenstown, I'll just zoom out for you guys. Queenstown is some of the most, or New Zealand is the most beautiful and scenic scenery I've ever seen in the world. Well, as far as I've seen, I've only been over the equator once to Germany, Ireland and England. So this is the Greenmount Hill, looking a little dull today because of no sun. That's the Greenmount Surf Life Saving Club, just there with the flashing lights. That'll be the pokies trying to get people in and take their money off them. All right, so now we're at Greenmount Hill. So this is how much sand's just been washed around the corner. I used to dive when I was younger in these rocks here. This is all reef out here. This is a natural headland, and all this is a reef underneath us, but the sand's just built up. Thank you, Human. Yes, there's 3 reefs out of Kirra, and they are technically called first reef, second reef, and third reef. So it must have taken someone a long time to work that out. But Yes, we used to dive there all the time when we were kids. I don't know if you were here when I told you before. I actually moved out of home and moved in with a friend, and his brother was the head dolphin trainer for SeaWorld, and I used to go diving with him. So he was who I used to dive with every time we could go out. So in second reef's only a couple of 100 meters out there, so we just paddled a little rubber ducky out there with no motor and just dived off that. So it was great growing up around this area. Hello Leah, how are you? Good to see you again. So there is so much sand here at the moment, but it actually gets more sand here. My daughter used to do nippers here, and then straight out in front of us was probably another, out that way, was another 30 metres of sand before the cyclone took it all away and washed it somewhere. Don't know where, but it's out to sea somewhere. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Got the steps up the front there, up to the walking track, but we'll stay down on, I'll just see, but I think we'll be able to stay down on the rocks. Looks like the tide's coming in though. As you can see how fast this is rushing. Hey Natasha, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining this live stream from, I started at Kirra, on Kirra Hill. So that's Kirra Hill up the top there with that white thing in the background just there. We walked down along Kirra Big Groin there, and then we've walked all the way along the beach. So we started at Kirra on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, and now we have made our way to Greenmount. So we're on the Greenmount Hill at the moment, Greenmount Headland. So that's the Greenmount Headland. Looking a bit dull at the moment because of the overcast day. Steps up, and this is, if anybody's a surfer or, hey, I'm gonna get wet here. This is the world famous superbank. The tide and the wind direction is a little bit different at the moment, so it's not as good as it was 2 days ago, but there's still a lot of people out in the water. Just get through here without getting too wet. So a lot of the sand that was here has ended up straight out the front there, about 300 to 400 metres straight offshore. So when I said I don't know where the sand is, we all know where it went and ended up out there. But there was a couple of million cubes that has been removed off this beach and every beach on the east coast of Australia, all the way down from lower than Sydney, all the way up, I know as far as North Gold Coast anyway. I can tell you that one for a fact. So let's just zoom out a little bit. Yes, Leah, this is the difference between Queensland and New South Wales. So where those high rises are, incredible, how are you? On the other side of the road is New South Wales, and there will be no high rises. You come over the Queensland side and they're all high rises. Okay, we are now at the superbank. So this is Rainbow Bay off to our right. That's Snapper, those rocks out the front. So now we're going to make our way around to Snapper, and then we'll come around, we'll go up around to Froggies. So stay tuned, just come for this walk. It's very quiet here today, Leah. If this was really pumping, nobody would be at work and there'd be maybe 300 people in the water and another, I'd say 100 to 150 people all walking straight out in the middle of where we're walking now. And it's just a constant stream. So you catch a wave, you get washed all the way down to Coolangatta where we just were. You get out, you start walking back around, and then you hop back in the water and then try and get another wave before you get washed all the way down. So the sand gets pumped across here, and then by natural northerly flow of sand and water here on the east coast of Australia, all that sand hits out just here at Snapper and then just turns around the rock and then comes down the point all the way down. So if you get a good wave, it just lines up. You can get away from the point that I just showed you, and you can end up, like look at all those people there paddling, trying to paddle against it, and you will end up right down there in front of that white building right at the very end. So does anybody else live where there's great surf like this? I know a few Brazilian guys have been on here. People from Florida. So do you have the surf like this? Oh, look, this guy's ripping. Let's zoom in on him. Yeah, this guy knows how to surf. It's just gone a bit flat here for him. So he's just trying to, nah, he's off. So I was saying the other day with the guy surfing out at the river mouth, when the wave goes flat, you do a turn. And if you do a big turn, you can't keep your fins in the water. So you need a lot more vertical face. Okay, let's make our way up to Snapper Rocks. It's beautiful up here, so stay tuned for that. I was saying before that I'm going, I'll just zoom out a bit so it's not so shaky. I'm going to put up a whale video tomorrow if the weather's shitty like this again tomorrow. I've got some fantastic footage. I've got a mother with her baby and they were just frolicking. I'd say no more than 100 metres, 50 to 100 metres off the front of the headland at Hastings Point. So I've got that footage, and I've got 2 whales that spent 2 batteries on my drone, just laying there and just, oh, here's another good surfer, zoom in. Don't know if you're interested in surfing, people, but I'll show you anyway. He comes, oh, nice Rio. And he's coming in. So that sweep, it's not worth him trying to paddle back out because he'll end up all the way down the beach. So he'll come in, and if he's going out back out, he'll walk back around. And then you can see, there they are, they're all walking back around, jumping back in the water. Yes, so where we're standing now, this is Rainbow Bay, Human, thank you for that. This is where the Learn to Surf surfers go. But then out there at Snapper, yeah, there is a lot of beginners that get out in the water and intermediate surfers. It's like, Snapper's like a double black run on moguls. So there should only be the top surfers out there. So when I come down here and video this place, surfers will be taking off and they spend the first 30 to 40 metres on the wave just dodging people. It's a bit of a circus, especially when there's 300 or 400 people in the water, all trying to scramble, all trying to get the best wave. So there's Lifeguard Tower 1 at Snapper. That's the Rainbow Bay Surf Life Saving Club and the high rises of Rainbow. And more going up. It's just a constant flow of, sorry about that, constant flow of high-rise development here on the Gold Coast. Just doesn't stop. We moved here in '69 and the roads have not been upgraded since 1969 when we moved here. It's still the same roads. That road that came around Kirra I showed you before, that used to be the Pacific Highway. The Pacific Highway's now moved west a little bit, but that road still has, especially on when the surf's good, that road can be blocked from Coolangatta all the way back to Tugun, Palm Beach, maybe 10 kilometres up the road, because people can't get around that corner because everybody's just coming to look at the surf, and the traffic, the road system cannot handle it. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at this guy. And close out nice. Oh, there's a guy taking off. Where are you? There. You see the bit of a dead patch. Okay, now he's getting a bit of speed and a big close out Rio. Nice. Oh, flogged. All right, let's move to higher ground and I'll show you a bit more surfing if you're interested. So these rocks here that we're on, they're called Little Marley. So M-A-R-L-E-Y, Little Marley. So these are the rocks that you have to get past, but you can see how much sand build-up's in front of that. So when we lost all the sand in the cyclone, people were getting to Little Marley and having to pull off because the wave wasn't going past it. And then the sand's finally built back up, so you can see how far out the people are past the rock now. So that's the superbank really forming now. It's really hitting the dead patch just there. Looks like he flipped. Yes, he was trying to do an aerial where you jump the board out of the water and then land it. But if you jump out too far, you land on flat water. Same as if you're jumping a motorbike, you've got to land on the downslope, not the flat. Otherwise, you usually get high-sided. The bike bounces on you. Where is he? There. Little Marley, M-A-R-L-E-Y. Sorry for the accent, they're human. All right, let's keep making our way across to Snapper. So we've just crossed over Little Marley rocks. So that's Little Marley here. Let's give you the full vision. So that's Little Marley. Surfers Paradise in the background. So that's how cold it is here. This guy's going to go out in just a pair of boardies. Hardcore. And these rocks directly in front of us is Snapper rocks. And when we get up to Snapper, then you'll see Froggies as well, which is another surf break. So I'll just keep going through here. You can see once we come around the sheltered bay here at Snapper, you're straight on the far north coast of New South Wales, and the wind is just howling there. So you'll see the difference when we look up. I used to go fishing with my father. We'd come out of Currumbin, we'd head out to sea, and it'd be smooth, smooth, smooth. And as soon as you poked your head out around the headland here at Point Danger, it just turned into a different day. Another guy running out, so everybody must have just finished work. What time is it? 1:45. Maybe a bit early, but the car park's full. No one's working today. So up here, they're actually wearing puffy jackets. So that's the difference when you get in that wind. So we'll hop up here and have a look. While I'm walking along here, if you know any part of this coastline, just let me know what you'd like to see. While I'm here at the lower end of the Gold Coast. We've got Snapper, Kirra that we've been to, Greenmount. So this is called the Keyhole here. And these are the rocks. I'll zoom out, give you a better view. You can see the cloudy sky. Yeah, the rocks are good. You definitely don't want to get smashed on the rocks here, because they cut you to the shit house if you get washed up on these rocks, which has happened to a lot of people. Especially when they try and jump off the front of the rock. So instead of just going out the keyhole, which is an easy exit out, they jump right off the front, out the front here, and then they underestimate the wave they're going to jump over. Next thing, they've washed them back on their backs, and they're just getting cut to pieces, just sliced apart as they as the wave deposits them back on the rock somewhere. Oh, we're up. Okay, now look at that. That's looking at Duranbar. Oh, yeah. It's not real good, the wave pool. A little bit boring. There's no getting caught by Mother Nature. So these structures down here, I've said this one before, but this used to be the Jack Evans porpoise pool here. And what used to happen, because the porpoise pool is right on the rocks, when we have big swell like this, hello Peacock, how are you? When we have big swell like this, the waves used to come over the top like they are now, land in the porpoise pool, and it used to drown the dolphins because the waves just kept breaking on them and they couldn't get a breath. And they'd come in the morning and like, look at this here. This is all porpoise pool, and the waves are just constantly coming over the top of the poor dolphins. And yeah, they come in the morning and all the dolphins would be drowned. So I'll just hop down. So this is the old walkway into the porpoise pool. Now that's the old, ooh, look at that wave. It just come right in. And that green rock up there, that's why it's called Froggies. Yes, it is, Leah. I haven't said it for a little while, but thank you everybody for watching this live stream today. Thank you for my returning viewers. Hello to all the new people that's just shown up. If you're liking what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. And especially welcome to my fantastic moderators. I haven't seen Joseph's name up for a while. Maybe he's gone to bed. Oh, just rest my weary bones for a little bit. Well, you're welcome, Robert. So that's Snapper. Hello, California Nature. How are you? How did you were doing the live stream yesterday, is that correct? You were going to do one at sunset, was that you? And that's Surfers Paradise in the background. So let's just look at this. So we have a lot of water moving out here. Ah, how did it go? You get some loving? I hope you did. Hope you get as much loving as I do here on this channel. So I'll zoom out a little bit more, give you a bit more. Look at this, there is so much water moving there, guys. Ah, must be cloudy everywhere. You can see all this big swell. It then cleans the ocean. So if anybody's ever had a saltwater fish tank, that's what the protein skimmer or the urine extractor used to do in your tank. Oh, that's fantastic. Toucan Airlines, yes, we are in Australia. We are on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, and we are down at Snapper Rocks. So, I'll just turn around. So we're in Queensland here, and if we go, there's a pole sticking up there. That is, that's the outlet. That's the sand pumping outlet there. That's New South Wales. So we're very close to the border here, but you can see the difference here. Howling wind, big swell there, and you come around the bay. A lot smoother. Oh, here comes a surfer. Let's watch him. That's Burleigh in the background, looking down to Currumbin and Palm Beach. There's Currumbin Rock, where I did a live stream the other day, guys. I might just move down a bit and get out of the wind. Can't believe how many of those big rocks move. Nearly said a swear word when I tripped on it. You'd have to put me in timeout, human. Thank you, human. That is fantastic. Are you going to do that teaching job and go into be a geography teacher, like we mentioned yesterday? You'd be fantastic at it with all this data and knowledge that you're sharing with everybody. Oh, these rocks are sharp. Just a second, I'll get to a soft rock. Okay, bit soft here. So now we have the waves breaking over the top here. Sharks. Brian lives, yes. Not too many sharks around here, mate. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to stop well, how many people? Probably 40, 50 people in the water now, with another 20 walking up the beach. That's Surfers Paradise in the background. No, you just leave it, keep it on a file somewhere, or just replay the live stream, and you'll be able to find it all, human. Let's zoom out a little bit. I'll walk over the front here. And is everybody happy looking at the surfing, or you'd rather look at the scenery, the rocks? Just let me know. I want to keep everybody entertained. Ouch. I think there's a whale just out to the right. a bit of an accent. No, we sound perfect. The Americans have the accent, and the pommies, because we can understand each other. I used to work at a... Oh, what's this guy coming in here for? Oh, he's going out. And he just copped a wave on the head, so he came back into a safe vantage point. So let's watch these guys go out. Ouch. Okay. So there he is. Let's see how he fares. All right, and he's getting washed out. His board's now taking off without him. Now his board's called what, tombstoning, where the tail of the board goes straight down and you can't get it back. So there he is, he's paddling for it now. About to get this wave on the head. And there's a set coming through, he didn't time that, and there's a whale jump straight out behind him. So let's keep watching him. There he goes, he's facing fully the wrong direction. He's missed it and he's going back in to try again. And there's either a whale, a shark or a dolphin in that wave just there. I think it's a dolphin with the shape of the fin. And there's a whale jumping out behind it. So we're down a little bit low to really focus in on the... Oh, ow, that left knee, I tell you. So that's the guy who just went out. He has missed it by a mile. You may as well just turn around, mate. Where are you? There he is. You may as well just turn around, mate, and come in. Because he's going to end up in Coolangatta in no time. There's another guy paddling out, just about to take that wave on the head. And there's a huge set right behind it. So where is he? You can see how fast he's going sideways. So that's why a lot of people try and jump off the front rock, but then you run the risk of getting flogged on the rock and getting pushed back over it. So where is he? There he is. Duck dive, duck dive. Where's his head? There he is. He's now past Little Marley Rocks, and then he's coming up to the next section, so he's going to cop another 2 waves on the head. Another one, he'll pop out the back of this wave. There he is, still heading down. He's 300 metres out of the break at the moment. Another wave on the head. You feel like just screaming and shouting and swearing when that happens to you. You end up way down the beach. Then you look up and you just go, oh. Now you've got to paddle against that sweep all the way back out. Oh, that's a dolphin right in that break. So where that wave just broke, I'll zoom out a little bit to get a wider view. But there's a dolphin right there. There they are. You see them? They came up in the middle of the screen. Yes, Helen, it is our passion, our religion here. When I was little, I used to go to Sunday school, and then all my friends were going surfing, and I said, Dad, do I still have to go to Sunday school? I'd rather go surfing. He goes, see you later, have fun. And I haven't looked back. So there's dolphins straight in the middle of the screen, just about here. There's an eagle trying to fly against the storm conditions. Okay, here's another 2 guys just paddling out. Everyone seems to be paddling as soon as the set comes. Nah, they've turned around. They can see what's happening. Whee! That guy just got flogged. Seeing a little bit of carnage here. The guy just turned his board over and see if his fins were knocked out of his board as he went over the rock. Okay, so this guy might have a bit of a go here, but you can see how fast that sweep's taken him. Well, thank you, Helen. I'm glad you look forward to it. Where is he? How far? There he is. And there goes the other guy. So he needs to paddle out more to his right, otherwise he's going down in the sweep as well. The joys of surfing a point break. The sweep, he's just out of control. All right, he's out, but he better keep paddling because he's got to get wide, and there's a set coming through. Those other two guys have been washed all the way down to Greenmount. I think they're coming in now. You can see how wide and far down these guys are getting sucked now. Risky sport? Not really. Keeps you fit though. That's why we love it, because you're just fit all the time. You're cold all the time. Okay, here's a nice wave. He missed it. This guy's going. And he's up. He's on the mow, just cruising. All right, I'm getting buffeted by the wind here, so I'm going to turn around, guys. I'll give you a wide view. This guy with no wetty on's not serious. I saw him about 10 minutes ago and he hasn't got off the beach yet, so he's kidding himself. He'll be walking up soon and just telling everybody how good the surf was. He's one of those sorts of surfers. It's got all the equipment but doesn't surf, just talks it up. You have a lot of those sort of people. He'll go down and get his hair wet and wash down the beach a bit and come in and just start talking about the barrel he got. Quite funny. All right, so we'll have one last look at the rocks here. You can see all the dirty water straight in front, all that foam. And there's nothing worse than when you get a mouthful of that foam and you just know what it is. It is exhilarating, Leah. Looks scary. Not if you know what you're doing, or if you just... This guy is just standing there skipping stones. Look at that. He has no intention of going into the water. He's just skipping stones, and that's his board. And that's not how you put your board on the beach, because that's how you snap your fins out. You turn it up the other way. Fins up in the air. So like I said, you can, through years of surfing, you can just tell when people don't know what they're doing or how to surf. Yeah, he's just skipping stones. He's found a couple of good stones there. They're going to skip for ages. Newbies. Yeah, Leah. Hey Bailey, how are you? Good to see you. If Human hasn't mentioned it lately, guys, if you're enjoying what you see and you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. I do, at the moment I'm on holiday, so I'm doing one live stream every day between 12:30 and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, east coast of Australia time. So it's 2 o'clock now. So just work back on your clocks and you'll be able to work out when I come on live. I'll keep the time consistent, so you'll know exactly when I'm coming on. So how's those storm clouds out there? Pretty impressive. And there's the waves. These guys are going out in the wrong spot. When it was really big, people were, I'll just swing around to the left, people were paddling out just here and then getting sucked straight across and then going down and surfing Kirra. That was the only way of getting out at Kirra. And Kirra's probably a kilometre. Well, that's Kirra groin, just there. So that's where people were paddling or starting their surf here to get to Kirra. Where is it? Long point. Where is it? There it is. right at those 3 high rises. That's Kirra Big Groin. That's about 1 kilometre away, guys. Yes, thank you, Human. Welcome, everybody. I'm doing this on my phone, so I only get 1, 2, 3 chats at a time. So apologies if I don't respond to them all. They usually go up through really quick. Ghost Girl, goodbye. 9:03 on a Thursday. Well, it's 3 minutes past 2 here on a Friday, so our day's just about finished here. Orange County, nice. Thank you, Angelo. We've got Los Angeles, we had someone from New York. Joseph was from New York. We've got Canada. Look, that guy still hasn't gone out. He's still skipping stones. Oh, he's just kicked his toe now. So now we'll be able to have blood on him as he walks up the beach. It'll be even more striking as he walks up. All right, so this guy on the green board right here, he just came second in the schoolboys event. He rips, that kid. I've done a lot of filming of him. His name's Hemi O'Brien. Yeah, second in the scholastics for Australia, so he was very happy. Ooh, so we're back down on Little Marley Rocks. So just let me know, do you want to hang around Little Marley and look at the surfing? So where we are, Dallas, Texas. Wow, where are the kangaroos? You don't get too many kangaroos around here because of all of this. So there's not much room for a kangaroo or a koala here, and koalas go in gum trees, and these are all Norfolk pines, so there's no food around here for them. But if you just go over the Tweed River, which is about 2 kilometres to our left, that's where you'll have kangaroos, wallabies, koalas, echidnas. That's the local Aboriginal tribe, the Gudjambara tribe. Their totem is the echidna, which is Gudjambara. They belong to the Bundjalung Nation. Hey, I'm getting attacked here. All right, what a beautiful. Once you get out of that wind, it's quite pleasant down here. Again, Surfers Paradise in the background. We might head back to Greenmount. See if we can see a kangaroo down here. I'm sure there could be a kangaroo. We also have drop bears here in Australia, so we'll see if we can find a drop bear. You usually find the drop bears after quite a few rum and cokes. So we have our own rum here called Bundy rum. It's a local legend drink. It is beautiful, if that's my drink of choice. But I can only drink 1 or 2. Look at the crowd coming out now. The crowd's really starting to hit it. And the cloud, look, it's a nice cloud formation, isn't it? Sugarcane fighting fuel. Yes, so Bailey, you know what it is. We actually went up to, the wife and I went up to the Bundaberg rum distillery at Bundaberg, and we did the whole tour. And got 2 free drinks with your tour. And I had my first one and I was driving, so I didn't have my second one. I said, mate, can I get a orange juice instead of another rum? And my wife just hit me and she goes, I'll have your rum. You can buy an orange juice when we get outside at the service station. So I had to go thirsty while she had 3 rum and cokes. How's that for a scene? Surfer, clouds, beautiful. Come on out, Angelo. We are very welcoming here. Ooh. Let's zoom in. Okay, this guy looks like he knows what he's doing. If you can get it. Yes, here we go. Whack. Nice turn off the top. Nice rip around. This guy's a good surfer. Nice little cutback, lining up. He's lining up. What's down the line? I can't see. Another top turn. Okay, the wave's gone soft there. He's just working it. Just working. There's nothing happening. Still nothing happening. This guy knows how to surf. Okay, he's going down the line. He's at green mount now. Now you'll probably see his ball come up over the top as he whacks the back. Nah, lost him. So that guy knows how to surf. You can tell just the way they paddle. A good surfer has a really hyperextended back, so our backs really bend backwards. That's from sitting up in the water all the time. All right, guy taking off out the point. Got flogged on the takeoff. Wow, I didn't know it was that much human. That's amazing. You go up north, we had the floods up north, and we went up there, and we were getting helicoptered around from town to town to evacuate people, and the amount of sugarcane was unbelievable. Toucan, you need to do your geography, mate. We have major cities. So the Gold Coast is I think it's the 6th or 7th largest city in Australia. Sydney's the largest, then it goes Melbourne. Brisbane's number 4. I don't know what number 3 is, but you've got Perth. You have Canberra. Hobart's the capital of Tasmania. You have Darwin, the capital of Northern Territory. Adelaide, the capital of South Australia. So yes, we have a lot of big towns here. But we call them big towns. And our whole population of Australia, we have 25 million. So anybody here from California, or can you tell me how many? I think it's over 100 million just in California, isn't there? Okay. Bioregenerative sugarcane. Do you put that in your car, Leah? So, what was I talking about? Oh, the population. My friend was just over in Japan, in Tokyo, and that's the most densely populated city in the world. So, in Australia, we can't believe how tightly or densely populated people is. 40 million as of 25. Thank you, human. So you've got nearly double our population in one state. Oh, you eat it. Yeah, it's amazing. I think, if my memory serves me right, there's 1 Australian for every 2 square kilometres. You want to check that one out, human? See how good my recollection is? Well, have a look at this. Look at those. Let's zoom right out and get these storm clouds. That's good. Oh, you bake it. Is it sweet still once you've cooked it? I know when they put it through the sugar or at the refinery, we get molasses out of it, beautiful molasses. And then they make licorice out of it as well. They make Bundaberg ginger beer. So we have a lot of nice, I see a lion's head. Isaac, how are you? Where was the lion's head? Oh, in the sky, I get you. Let's see if we can find some more. Oh, nice. Nice, Leah. How are you? Here, Ali. How are you, mate? It's good to see you. Granulated. Yes. Sounds like just raw sugar. Yes, in the sky. Sorry about that, Isaac. The messages are moving through thick and fast at the moment. Just everybody new to the channel, if you're liking what you're seeing, I do 3 to 4 live streams a week, but I'm on holidays at the moment, so I'm doing one every day. So if you're liking what you're seeing, please consider liking and subscribing, and then you'll be notified every time I put out a new live stream. And the more that we communicate with each other and like and subscribe, the more this channel is getting pushed out to people. So I really appreciate it, guys, if you could assist in that, and then we can make this community a little bit bigger. Okay, so we have some people. There's a guy on a stand-up right in front of us. Look at this guy. Let's see where he ends up. So where he's standing now, it's about a foot deep. So he's not going anywhere. He keeps looking around to his right. He's going, what's going on? I'm not moving. And once he gets a little bit further to his left, he'll then take off. There he goes. He's in the sweep now. Now you can see his board heading off to the left. And there he goes. Out behind him we have a foil surfer, and that foil surfer's got a motor on it. So he can, when he's down low, the motor's pushing him out. It's a battery operated motor, and then he gets on the wave, and then he'll just surf that for 2 or 3 kilometres and just turns the motor on. He's got a little accelerator in his hand. He'll pull off there, and then he just drops down and the motor kicks in, and then he'll just motor all the way back out to sea. Expensive though, it's between 15 and 20,000 for the setup that he's using right there. How many sharks are out there? Well, hopefully not too many, but it is very overcast today, so if they're around, they'll be around today. So you can see, well, he's just cruising out there. See if he turns on this wave. Yep, here he goes. Over the top. Still going. Come on, turn on the wave, mate. That's Surface Paradise in the background. Yes, we have some big white pointers around here, and we also have big tiger sharks. Yes, Leah, that's correct. I think it's 95% of the population lives within 20 kilometres of the coast here in Australia. So that doesn't leave many people. There he is, he's just on a wave now. So now once the board gets up in the air, the motor gets turned off, and he'll just, whoops, where is he? There he is. And he will just surf that wave on the foil. Oops, where'd he go? Sorry about that. I was just reading a message from Mr. Geography. 3.4 kilometres square. Sorry guys, I've missed him again. There he is. Gas operated. Come on, we're trying to save the environment, not have a boat out there. Sorry about that, missed him again. Hey Paddy, how are you? Good to see you back. So let's look back out there. There's a guy going out on a stand-up. He's San Antonio has a river, yes. Sinus infection, there's another world for me. Yeah. An interesting fact, the indigenous or the Aboriginal population, I'll just zoom out and give you a nice view, was having a lot of trouble with sinus, colds, flus, and what they worked out was surface, we never get sick because we're always in the water, our sinus passages are always wet, and we're always cold. So they put a pool in this Aboriginal community, and within a week, every kid was then not sick anymore. I wouldn't have liked the first couple of water changes in the pool. It would have all been full of snot. But after that, they've worked out that if they keep that pool going all year round, the kids and the parents, all the people would jump in there, and there wouldn't be any more colds. They just used to have, you'd see the pictures of the kids, they used to have green dried snot around their nose all the time. And as soon as the pool went in, oh, how's that for a, yeah, as soon as the pool went in, so they started putting them around all the Aboriginal communities inland. And that's why, like, I wouldn't get a cold and I'm out surfing or I'm out walking, swimming in the cold every morning, and it's probably been 3 or 4 years since I've been sick. And I had to go to the doctor to see about my sore knee, and the doctor goes, "Who's your regular doctor?" And I said, "I don't have one, mate." He goes, "What?" I said, "I don't have a doctor." He goes, "Why?" I said, "I never get sick. I'm a surfer." He goes, "Oh, that makes sense." Yeah, just because we are, like you can see this guy up here, just walking along in a pair of boardies, and he'll be going for a swim. So that's what we're doing all the time. We're always wet. Our sinuses are always wet, and we're always in a state of cold. The temperature here is, it's probably down to about 20 degrees now, and the wind chill of about 5. So it's down about 15, 16 degrees, I would say. All right, the waves seem to be a bit better here at Greenmount, so let's watch this. A little bit fatter here, bit of a softer wave, but it's just starting to line up now. It's got to get around that section. So what I might do, I'll just zoom out a bit, guys. And, how are you? I'll walk up here and we'll get a view of the surf from up here on the lookout. So it's really beautiful around here and very popular. So every morning, every afternoon, all the locals or everybody that's staying here will be out walking around here. There's a couple of tracks here, so you can come down this lower track or you can go up to the top. This is where I do a lot of my surf photography from up here. All right, I'll just, there you go. How's that view through the pandanus? Aha. Well done, Paddy. Good to know. Was she a keeper? Did you marry her? I looked at the screen right at the right time, didn't I? All right. So that's looking out from Greenmount Hill. That's Burleigh. All the way around Miami Headland in the middle and around to Surfers Paradise. So what I'll do, I'll zoom back out again, guys, and then we'll just go up here. There's someone up here already, but this is my favourite spot to shoot video from. You're up a little bit higher. It's amazing. This is timber boardwalk, so you set your cameras up here and then people walk on it. It's amazing. People only walk on it and it shakes your video and just wrecks the whole entire footage. All right. Look at that. That's stunning, isn't it? Susie. This is Green. Well, I'm standing at Greenmount on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Just out the back there. That's all rain out the back, all that misty bit, that's all rain. And if you've been listening for future recent podcasts, I talk about the Mount Warning volcano and caldera. So that's the caldera, all that grey hills right out the back there, and that runs all the way around to the back of Surfers Paradise. Look at that. That's how big that volcano was. It was huge. Isaac, you usually sit up on your board first up and just try and see what's happening. I said before on this live stream that sharks come in from behind, so you always face them. Don't let them get behind you, because that's worst thing you can do is turn away and paddle, because they will try and take out your flippers like you're attacking a seal or a turtle. So they will try and take out your flippers, which are your legs, and that's where your femoral artery is, and that's how people always come on. Thank you, Angelo. It's good to hear that. So I hope you liked and subscribed. Yeah, so that's what you do if a shark attacks you. I actually have something to do with surf life saving here, and we had a guy at Cabarita. I've done a live stream from there. He was out there on his foil board, and he said a big thing just swirled beside him, and it was a big great white shark. And he said all he remembers his father telling him, if that ever happens, to attack it. So he just started punching this shark in the head. The shark has taken off and then swam out to sea and then come straight back at him. Look at this foil surfer, he's having a good time. And the shark has come straight back at him, front on. So he's turned his board over and he's thrust the foil of his surfboard straight into the shark's head. And sharks do not like being attacked from the head. If you've ever seen docos, you'll see sharks when they are about to attack, their eyes roll back in their head and a white sleeve comes over their eyes so their eyes don't get injured. And so he just... I was just making way for someone. He just thrust the foil straight into the shark's face, and the shark took off one way and he took off the other. And he lived to tell the tale and was coming and bring talks to the lifesavers. Very scary shit. I've been out surfing one day. I was out Currumbin. I was flying along this wave, and I've just gone, oh, what was that? And I've fallen off the front of the board and I ran over a shark. My fins actually hit him, my board stopped and I kept going. So you don't paddle into the deeper water, so I paddled back out to sea. And I think the shark was as scared as I was. So I paddled back out to sea where everybody was sitting. So I was sitting in a group of about 6, 7 people. And then another friend was paddling out and the shark was just swimming straight beside him. And I've gone, spike shark! And he's just punched the shark on the dorsal fin, and the shark took off one way and we all took off the other. But in my 50 plus years of surfing, I reckon I've seen only a handful of sharks, but I reckon hundreds, if not thousands of sharks have seen me. They just cruise past, they couldn't care less about us, truly. When how many people are in the water every day in Australia or in the world, There's actually a good YouTube channel. This guy's got a drone and he just videos the great whites over somewhere in America, and the sharks just cruise along the coast, and people actually go out there surfing just to surf with the great whites. And you see kids out there on boogie boards, and the shark just comes in, has a look, swims straight past. They couldn't care less. Oh, it mightn't go away, but it gives you a fighting chance, Isaac. We don't have issues with sharks. Well, surfers don't. It's usually the non-surfers that have the issues with the sharks. People have been attacked. They've had their limbs torn off and survived, and they can't wait to get back in the water. Look at Bethany Hamilton, pro surfer, had a left arm ripped off or a right arm ripped off in Hawaii by a tiger shark, and nobody blames the shark, and then we all can't wait to get back in the water. So yeah, we don't have issues with sharks. It's the people who don't know them and don't understand them and don't go in the ocean. Okay, this guy's about to turn on this big wave. Here he goes. Where is he? There. He'll turn his foil off now. He turned the motor off, and there he is, just cruising. See, he's high out of the water now. And that's just the pressure wave forcing him along. Ah, do they? Have you ever heard of the crocodile hunter here in Australia, Steve Irwin? He got attacked and killed by a stingray while filming a documentary, and they believe that's what happened. He went over the top of the stingray, and they thought it was a shark, so the stingray's just shot its tail straight in the air and shot the barb of his tail straight into his heart. And then when he got back to the boat, instead of leaving it in there, they pulled it out, and then he bled to death. If you ever get punctured by something, you always leave the whatever's impacted into your body in there, because it will be blocking off some sort of main artery or vein, and then they'll surgically remove it. So yeah, if you ever get speared, anything like that, leave it in. When we go to jobs, someone be impaled on something, we cut whatever's impaling them out either side, stabilise them with the ambulance, and then they go to hospital for operation. Nadine, how are you? But look how many people are out there. All these people couldn't care less. Yep, we just couldn't care less. We just love surfing. And I was saying that the people that get attacked still want to go back in the water, and they never blame the shark. They say, oh, I shouldn't have been surfing there at that time of the day. Or the shark was doing what's natural to him or her. Okay, so let's look. Yes, Nadine. They have those sharks that jump in South Africa, and they also have them that attack the seals down in South Australia, well, Australia, of course. Well, this guy knows how to foil. There's we go. Let's zoom in on him. Look at the fun he's having. Nowhere near where the wave's breaking. And he's on the electric motor, and you'll cruise back out to sea. Thank you, Human. Yes, if you're enjoying what you're watching, guys, please like and subscribe. At the moment, I'm doing one live stream every day, and when I go back on to work, I'll be doing 3 to 4 live streams a week. So please like and subscribe, and you'll be, oops, sorry about that, you'll be notified every time I put out Yes, we have shark nets out here, but because we've got the humpbacks migrating at the moment, just out here, I'll zoom out a little bit. The whales come around the corner of Snapper and they come into the Gold Coast Bay. So, where is one? There's an orange buoy, or buoy as you guys call them. Where is it? There. I don't know if you can see an orange buoy out there. I think that's it there in the middle. That's actually a baited hook. And every day, morning and afternoon, a boat will come along and run all the nets and check every baited hook out. And if there's a shark caught on there, you'll know because the buoy will be pulled down a little bit. They then tow the shark out to sea and release it with a tag on it. And when I was at Evans yesterday, I showed you, where's that surfer? I showed you where those buoys are that have got the pickups on them. And when the shark swims within a couple of 100 metres of it, it pings and goes to an app on your phone, either Dorsal or Shark Spotter. And then you know when there's a shark on that beach. Xavier Perez, we are on the Gold Coast, Greenmount in Queensland, Australia. Yesterday was a beautiful day. Today is a little bit stormy and rainy, but luckily it hasn't rained yet. So we might just go down here. Welcome everybody, Samo. I think Samo, because basically the whole population of Australia lives within 20 kilometres of the beach, and it's our favourite pastime to be in the water. So every weekend, especially over summer, if you go down to Bondi or something, which is in Sydney, they reckon there's over 10,000 people on one beach, which is just unbelievable that there could be that many. I'll just zoom out a bit, guys. That many people on one beach. We wouldn't like it on the Gold Coast or northern New South Wales. We get 10 people on our beach and we're blowing up. So I'll go back down the rocks, guys. I'll zoom right out and let's get a photo opportunity. Look at that. Looks really good when the sun's out, and that sky, the water will be iridescent blue or green. Angelo, the temperature will be, now it's in the afternoon, I'd say it's 21 to 20 degrees, and there's no wind here, but where we were just around at Snapper, it would have been about a 5-degree wind chill, taking it down to about 15, 16 degrees. It was pretty cold over there. What saves us here is the humidity. So it saves us in winter, but it kills us in summer. So it's always nice and humid. So there's another. Look at that. Thank you, human. Freezing, nah. If I wasn't doing a live stream, I'd probably be out there surfing or swimming. Look at that. How nice does that look, guys? Everybody's in wetsuits. There's people out there swimming. So let's look for another photo opportunity. That's looking down towards Kirra. Not quite as nice. We need this green rock in the foreground. That really sets it off. Look at that. With a couple of high-rise in the background. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going around. Thank you, everybody, for still being here. Human, you've been here, what? How long have we been going? An hour 45, 1 3/4 hours. Thank you very much, Human, for hanging in there. I noticed Joseph's left. He must want to sleep at night time. Can't believe him sometimes. Strawberry, how are you? Haven't heard from you for a couple of days. You missed our live stream from Evans Head yesterday. Ooh. Okay. Look at that. Samo, yes. Look at that, some beautiful photography opportunities here. Too bad there's so much cloud cover, otherwise we'd have a beautiful red to orange sky. The sun sets over to the left, and then this will just glow, and then you'd have the beautiful rocks and the water, and you do a long exposure and just let the water flow through the rocks. Makes me want to go get my camera out and do some photography this afternoon. It's amazing, you just come back to the same spot all the time and it'll be different every time you see it. I love my photography, love my videos, and now I'm loving my live streams. I cannot get enough of this, guys, and thank you everybody for joining in every day. Oh, thank you. Are you a teacher or a student, Strawberry? And what time is it there for you? It's 20 to 3 in the afternoon on Friday here for us. Yeah, so thank you for that, Human. I'll be down at Harrington in a couple of days. I get down there Tuesday. So it's a 5-hour drive, so I don't know, I'll probably be able to live stream on Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, definitely. And then I drive home Wednesday and then drive straight up to the Sunshine Coast. So that'll be about a 9-hour drive that day. And then Friday there won't be one. And then Saturday, Sunday we'll be up on the Sunshine Coast. So definitely do another live stream. Oh no, I'm a student. It's 12:41 a.m. on Friday. Wow. You better not be tired for school because Human's a geography teacher and he'll blow up. Guys, just made it around this section. Nice wave. So what grade are you in, Strawberry, and what are you studying and what do you want to be? Guy on a mow. All right, that's enough surfing. Let's go back to the beautiful scenery, guys. Ooh, rocks are slippery, we've seen on your feet. Always dry the sand off your feet before you stand on rocks. Otherwise you will go guts up. Yeah, that's not too bad. Got to have that foreground element to make it exciting. Some people coming through, I'll let them go. Ooh, ooh. Did you get out or just get swept down the beach?
Well, I got one big wave.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah. That's worth it.
Yeah, that's nice. Have a good day. Okay, so that was the foil surfer that was paddling out. So where he was paddling out, I said he's just about to get caught in the sweep. He said he got one wave and then got washed down the beach. So then you do the walk around like these people are doing. So you walk around, jump back in, go again. So sometimes, you can be out here surfing for 3 to 4 hours and get 3 or 4 waves, one wave every hour, because you're paddling against the sweep to try and get into position. You get in position with about 50 of your closest mates that are all trying to catch the same wave as you. You then catch your wave. You come far enough down the line that you know you're not going to paddle back out against the sweep, so you come back in you end up on the beach just out here somewhere, walk around, repeat. Get back out there and you might jump off the rock and you miss it and then you get swept down, so you come back in, go back out, try again. Get back in the lineup with your 50 closest mates and then finally get your wave, come down the line, too far down the line to start paddling against the sweep, come in, walk around. I know one of my mates at work, he actually parks at Kirra, walks all the way around to Snapper, catches one wave, goes all the way down to his car, and then just goes home or goes to work after only catching one wave. So it's looking quite nice out here at spot. Oh, you can see the rain straight in the middle of the screen now. That's straight over the back of Miami. So heaps more interesting. You'd be a good teacher, Strawberry. You could, if you can put up with the cheeky little buggers. Remember what you were like? Well, remember what we were like when we were at school. Just oh, the car's up here. Where am I going? So yeah, just the shit we used to give the teachers, poor old teachers. So that's Greenmount Hill, Greenmount Hill there. Beautiful. I've walked past my car, now I've got to go back. Forgot where I parked. I was walking back to Kirra, guys. But I actually started at Greenmount. So we'll head back that way. Surfing looks scary. I've never been too athletically inclined. Yes, you'll be good, Strawberry. Set your heights high. Ooh, that wind's just blowing through that gap there and it's quite cold. A guy I work with, he owns the whole, that building there, he owns the whole top floor and the roof. That's his whole two unit penthouse. So when he got it built, they said because you bought both penthouses, that they knocked the wall out for him and just made it one huge room. And he's also got his own personal pool on the roof, and that's all his on the roof. We were looking as, what building, this one here. We were looking at buying a unit up there probably 15 years ago, $1 million. Now, well, that'd be worth 4 or 5. So we're all gonna, there's 10 of us on shift where I work, and we're all gonna put in 100,000 each to buy that, but we never did. And then it started getting too complicated. Who's going to be in charge? When do you get to look? When do you have your own month in the building? Blah blah blah. And I go, oh god, too hard. So everybody just fell away. Are you talking about the building? He's truly no happier than anybody who just lives in a normal house. It's got a fantastic view though. Before that building was built, there was another one there, and we used to have to go up there and inspect it all the time. In the view, you can see all the way down to Byron Bay, looking straight out that way, and all the way up to Surfers Paradise and out to Snapper Rocks. But this building here is getting torn down, and they're building 3 or 4 high rises on it, so all his view to the east is going to be blocked. so he'll be blowing up soon. Whoa, that wind is cold. Bloody hell. At least I got a jacket on today. Let's go. Well, I think I've shown you everything, guys. What I might do is wrap it up for today. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody that liked and subscribed. All the new viewers, hope you enjoyed it. All my returning viewers, thank you very much. My fantastic moderators, Joseph, Human, Paul didn't show up today. Thank you guys, I can't do it all without you. So yes, thank you Human, please like and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow. And Strawberry, you'll love this. If it's going to be bad weather like this, I'm going to do the whole thing on my humpback whales that I videoed the other day, and I'll be loading that onto my computer, and then I'll be talking over it. So we'll just be watching humpback whales, and there's a mother with her baby cruising along just off the rocks at Hastings Point. We've got 2 humpbacks that stayed in the one position for about 40 minutes. They were just having a little bit of fun out there in the sun. So thank you again, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you.